All right, folks, this is kind of crazy, but that's the trout I caught, and that's what's in his stomach. And if you know what those are, fly fishermen, you'll know kind of what that is. And it don't look like nothing but a grumble of mess, but we're gonna put the microscope up to it. Can't make it out good, but if you look closely, what are those? Look, there's one still moving. Look, it's still alive. If you look. So it's full of looks like midge and it's full of larvae. This fish has been gorging itself. Its belly was full, as you can see. And let's see if we can. We're gonna see if we can get in closer, because that one is still alive. So that's how fresh it is. You saw that. Yeah, they're still alive. So he was gorging as you look. They're still alive. See? So I believe these are midges. See? That's what we try to imitate is those. And sometimes you catch the fish at the right time. This fish wasn't intended to be kept, but there you go. It wasn't very large, but there you go. Is full of these larvae, full of these just gorged himself. This is all the belly of this thing, of this rainbow trout. I believe it was a rainbow. Yeah. Hold on, let's get a little bit better video. Yeah, I know it's a little gruesome, but they're still alive after I just caught this fish. Literally a couple minutes ago, about an hour and a half ago, hour and 35 minutes ago or so. And look, you see, they're still alive. See them? These are midge. I believe these are a midge larva. It's really hard to make them out. It's basically nymphs and stuff. He's been eating, gorging on them. Looks like midges to me. They were trying to come out. If you look closely, uh, it's hard to get a good. But these ones seem to have a green color, but I don't know if they changed that color because they were in his stomach. But you can see that they're a type of larva of some kind. And they're still alive, a lot of them. I know it's kind of gross, but it's a little science lesson. You see the little markings down the side of the body. Yeah, all them little things. Look, they're not even that big. And that fish hit a worm, but he hit the worm. It had to be moving, like dropping and then moving. And then I stopped it and he picked it up. So definitely a clue of what to use next time is to bring a couple. I had some in my box, but I didn't want to. I was kind of fishing for whatever would be around. So it just, I always, like I said, on one of my other videos, so you never know if it's going to be trout or bass or what. So here, if we have one. So so obviously that's a little too big to imitate that. But a little smaller version might be money. Look at the. It's basically what it's trying to imitate. It's something like that. So if you look at it, it's almost that same color. So That's why we tie flies and stuff, is to try to imitate. Probably be closer matched to these. Actually, to that one right there. Be a closer match to that one. To so a midge, wrap a little wire in a peacock or hurl feather would really match these really closely. That smaller one I got in there, that would be a close match, closest match I could probably get. And that's on one of my smallest hooks. Like I got right with me right now. So probably a size 18 would do the job. So that would be fun. Maybe next time I'll uh, do like a bobber with a midge dropper or something. A worm in a midge dropper or something. Because this guy had his belly full of these dang things and still went for that worm. And when I grabbed him, I was like, his stomach. And then I know what he was eating. There's nothing else in there. Like, it's all the same. Yeah, there's nothing else in there. Nothing but chironomids. Nothing but chironomid midges in there. And they look like they're. Yeah, they have like a green. Yeah, it look like they're just getting ready to get wings too. So they're. I see a few that have like the wing shape of the pupas, the wing shapes on them. You probably can't make it out, but that's what they was eating. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. Spent 7 minutes doing a stomach little biology lesson, little fun stuff. And look, he's waving at you goodbye. Catch y'all later.